You are surrounded by energy. It flows through you, around you, and shapes every aspect of your reality. Yet most people have never been taught how to control it. You were born into a world that runs on energy, without receiving the instruction manual. Instead, you've been distracted, conditioned, and prevented from questioning why some people seem to command life effortlessly, while others struggle against invisible forces. Energy is not some abstract mystical idea. It is the fundamental force governing everything: your thoughts, emotions, health, and success. Some call it prana, chi, or ether. Science calls it the quantum field. Names don't matter. What matters is this: those who understand energy shape their reality with precision. Those who don't are shaped by it. For centuries, this knowledge has been hidden, passed down only in secret, guarded by mystics, alchemists, and esoteric scholars. Why? Because true mastery over energy means power. Power over the very fabric of your life. If you've ever felt something was missing, like an unseen force was holding you back, you were right. But that force isn't working against you. It's simply waiting for you to take control. Chapter 1. The reality of energy. Everything in existence is energy. The air you breathe, your thoughts, your emotions, all part of a vast interconnected field. Most people remain unaware of this, like fish that don't realize they're swimming in water. You've been trained to believe only in what you can see, touch, and measure. But the most powerful forces in the universe are invisible. Gravity, magnetism, consciousness, all unseen yet undeniably real. Energy functions the same way, the silent architect of your existence, carrying you forward or holding you back, depending on whether you learn to control it or let it control you. Energy is not passive. It is programmable, responding to thought, intention, and will. It is the current that shapes your life according to whether you command it or surrender to it. Ancient civilizations understood this deeply. They knew energy wasn't just external, but something living within them. The Chinese called it qi, Hindus named it prana, and Western esoteric traditions knew it as the vital force. They built entire systems around cultivating and directing this energy. Qigong, Reiki, Hermetic alchemy, Kabbalah, Tantra, all rooted in understanding that energy is programmable and responds to thought, intention, and will. Modern society has stripped away this knowledge, replacing it with mechanical explanations of reality. Science maps the brain but ignores the mind, measures electrical impulses but dismisses the energy behind them. This isn't ignorance, it's by design. Those who understand energy cannot be controlled. Those who master it don't rely on external systems for validation, health, or success. They become self-sustaining, untouchable, free. Chapter 2. The consequences of energy mismanagement. When you don't control your energy, it doesn't disappear. Energy must move, must flow, and when not directed with intention, it's pulled and shaped by outside forces. The world is full of energetic imprints, media, environments, people, all broadcasting their frequencies, influencing you whether you realize it or not. Every time you step into a crowded space and feel drained, engage in mindless scrolling and lose focus, or let fear override your desires, your energy is being scattered, leaked, and absorbed. Without control, you're like a radio picking up random signals, unconsciously tuning into fear, anxiety, and limitation, because that's what the system feeds you. You were never taught to shield your energy or command it. Instead, you were conditioned to give it away. But energy doesn't belong to those who take it. It belongs to those who claim it. Those who cultivate energy transform fatigue into vitality, chaos into order, passivity into power. Every great leader, every magnetic personality, Every individual who moves through life with effortless success has mastered the art of controlling their energy field. They don't chase, they attract. They don't react, they command. And it has nothing to do with luck or talent. It's the result of unseen mastery. Most people will never unlock this knowledge. They'll continue living as energetic bystanders, unaware that clarity, strength, and purpose have been within them all along. But some truths aren't meant for mass consumption. The insights that can truly transform your relationship with energy must be sought and claimed with intention. Chapter 3: The Universal Laws of Energy. Energy is not just a vague concept. It's a force that has been studied, refined, and mastered by those who sought power beyond the physical. Throughout history, those who understood energy were the ones who shaped reality itself. Franz Bardon described energy as the essential link between physical, mental, and spiritual planes. Eliphas Levi spoke of the magnetic fluid, an unseen substance responsive to thought and will. Aleister Crowley declared that magic was nothing more than causing change in accordance with will. Energy moves according to universal laws. Those who ignore these laws are bound by them. Those who understand them move freely within them. The first law: energy flows where attention goes. Whatever you focus on, you feed. This is why people trapped in cycles of negativity continue to attract the very things they seek to escape. Their energy reinforces their reality. The difference between those who drift through life and those who carve their own path lies in energy mastery. The weak allow their energy to be pulled in every direction. The strong focus it like a laser, bending reality to their intent. The second law: energy must be directed with intent. Passive desire achieves nothing. Wishing, hoping, longing. These are thoughts of stagnation. Those who shape reality know energy moves only when commanded, shaped by deliberate will. This is why throughout history, true energy masters were feared, revered, or hidden away. Those who could control energy could command health, wealth, influence, and even the perception of time itself. The mind must be as disciplined as the energy it commands. Without mental mastery, energy disperses chaotically. It doesn't matter how much potential someone has or knowledge they accumulate. Without focused will, their energy remains weak, scattered, easily influenced. This is why distractions are the greatest weapon against those seeking power. If your mind remains restless, your energy will never be fully yours. Chapter 4: Your body as an energy system. Your body is not just flesh and bone. It's an intricate energy system, a living conduit through which life force constantly moves, shaping your health, emotions, and mental state. Every sensation, thought, and action results directly from how energy flows within you. When that flow is strong and unobstructed, you feel powerful, clear-minded, and in control. When blocked, stagnant, or drained, you experience fatigue, anxiety, and confusion. You were never taught to recognize these energy shifts, let alone control them. Instead, you were trained to ignore the signals or dismiss them as random emotions or unexplained exhaustion when they were actually warning signs of energetic disruption. Ancient traditions understood this long before modern science began to scratch the surface. The Chinese mapped the meridian system, discovering energy flows through specific channels. Indian yogis spoke of nadis, pathways carrying prana through physical and subtle bodies. Egyptians and hermeticists understood energy centers later known as chakras. These systems weren't superstitions. They were blueprints for harnessing the immense power within the human body. Think about moments when you felt truly alive, mind sharp, body light, emotions powerful yet stable. That was energy in full flow. Now recall moments of doubt, confusion, and exhaustion when no amount of rest or distraction helped. That was blocked energy. Most people exist in a constant state of energetic imbalance, never realizing their stress, emotions, and physical ailments are the result of trapped energy and unresolved patterns. Some blockages come from within, from suppressed emotions, negative thoughts, and lack of self-awareness. Others come from external forces, environments, people, and situations that drain you. But energy isn't meant to be stagnant. It's meant to move, expand, and be directed. When energy doesn't move freely, it manifests as tension, anxiety, and misalignment. When you learn to align your energy, everything shifts. Your emotions stabilize, thoughts sharpen, physical strength increases, and your presence changes. You become magnetic, not through external force, but because your energy is finally under your control. If you don't take command of your energy, something else will. The distractions of modern life are designed to scatter your focus, leaving you drained and disconnected. Chapter 5. Mind as the control center. Energy does not move on its own. It follows direction, responds to focus, and bends to intention. The single most powerful tool for shaping energy is the mind. But here's the problem. Most people don't own their minds. Their thoughts are scattered, emotions reactive, focus hijacked by the world's noise. They believe they're making choices when they're simply reacting to impulses, distractions, and conditioning. As long as the mind is unfocused, so is energy. This explains why most people struggle, not from lack of potential or intelligence, but because their energy is fragmented, constantly pulled in different directions by an undisciplined mind. Everything you think, feel, and believe influences how energy flows through and around you. If your mind is undisciplined, your energy will be chaotic. If your thoughts are weak, your energy will be weak. If your focus is unstable, your reality will be unstable. This is why those who have mastered energy always start with the mind. In esoteric traditions, the mind is both creator and destroyer, architect of power shaping reality with precision, or greatest obstacle generating confusion and weakness. The difference lies in awareness. Most people remain unaware of thought patterns and internal dialogue, letting their mind wander aimlessly, each stray thought directing energy somewhere, toward growth or limitation. The moment you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your energy. When you stop letting external forces dictate your focus, you reclaim your ability to shape reality. This is why all ancient energy systems emphasize mental discipline. Yogis used meditation not as escape, but as training for mental command. Hermeticists taught visualization to imprint energy onto reality. Taoists practiced breath control, linking mind and body into unified force. If you can hold a thought with absolute focus, direct emotions with intention, and maintain steady awareness in chaos, energy will obey you. The difference between drifting through life and commanding your path is the ability to concentrate energy through focused thought. Those who achieve greatness often speak of obsession, singularity of vision, unshakable knowing. They aren't simply thinking, but imprinting energy onto reality itself. Most people never reach this level, not from lack of ability, but discipline. They live in a world designed to scatter focus, pull the mind in countless directions, leaving them powerless with energy diffused. Every notification, advertisement, and distraction is a test most fail without realizing. Their attention stolen, energy drained by forces thriving on weakness. Chapter 6. Energy Conservation and Cultivation. Energy is like fire, powerful and transformative, but requiring structure to prevent burnout. Most people feel constantly drained because their energy leaks in different directions, spent on distractions, conflicts, and unconscious habits. They wake tired, rely on artificial stimulants, and chase fleeting motivation that never lasts. They don't realize energy once lost must be replenished. Power once wasted must be rebuilt. They continue the cycle of depletion without understanding the cause. Those who understand energy, know the body and mind, are reservoirs meant to store and refine energy that can be accessed at will. The difference between those constantly drained and those radiating power isn't luck, it's mastery. The first key to strengthening energy is conservation. Most people lose energy without realizing it, giving it away through emotional outbursts, mindless consumption, and depleting interactions. Every thought, word, and action is an exchange of energy. Every spiral into negativity, engagement with drama, or hours of meaningless content consumption leaks energy, scatters focus, and weakens internal reserves. Those who cultivate power move differently. They are deliberate with their energy, refusing to waste it on what doesn't serve them, or let external forces dictate their state. They hold their energy close, refining it into something undeniable. Strengthening energy isn't about doing more, it's about doing less of what weakens you, removing what drains you, cutting ties with depleting habits, replacing them with practices that restore and amplify internal power. This is why powerful individuals throughout history spoke of discipline not as burden, but necessity. Discipline is the container that holds energy in place and prevents waste. Masters of energy work spend years refining their breath, movement, and thoughts, because every uncontrolled reaction is a crack where energy escapes. Conservation alone isn't enough. Energy must be built, charged, expanded. Those who master energy practice stillness as much as motion, understanding that silence, solitude, and internal focus allow energy to accumulate and grow. Deep breath work, meditation, and physical cultivation aren't just spiritual practices, but energetic necessities. The body is a generator, the mind a conductor. When aligned, energy becomes something held, stored, and used with intention. Here lies the real secret. Stored energy is influence. Some people have presence, walking into rooms and immediately drawing attention, not from appearance, words, or status, but because their energy is potent, dense, unshaken. They don't leak energy through nervousness, insecurity, or overexertion. They radiate naturally, effortlessly, existing in a state of internal power. This is why the most magnetic individuals aren't always the loudest or most aggressive. True power is quiet, felt rather than spoken, making it unstoppable. The greatest mistake when working with energy is forcing it. Energy doesn't respond to tension or strain. It moves with ease, rhythm, breath. Those who truly understand don't rush, panic, or grasp at power. They allow it to build naturally through presence, awareness, deliberate action. The stronger their energy becomes, the less they need to do, because real power isn't in force but control. Chapter 7. Directing energy to shape. Reality. Energy isn't just for storage. It's meant to be directed, shaped, and released into the world with precision. Those who understand this shape reality itself. Those who don't are shaped by it. This explains why two people with the same goals, vision, and opportunities can have vastly different outcomes. It's not luck or talent, but how they use their energy. Energy is the currency of creation, spent every second, whether intentionally or not. The question is, are you spending it deliberately or letting it drain away on things that don't move you forward? Most people live in energetic debt, investing in fear, self-doubt, and distractions that trap them in stagnation cycles. They think about what they don't want more than what they do, focus on problems rather than solutions, limitations rather than possibilities. Because energy follows thought, their reality reflects this inner world, becoming an extension of the energy they unconsciously feed. Those who master energy move differently. They don't spend energy reacting to what exists, but creating what doesn't yet exist. They understand the world isn't fixed but fluid, shaped by unseen forces directed through will, intention, and belief. The first truth of manifestation. Energy expands where attention goes. What you focus on grows. This is why negative focus attracts more negativity, while clear vision with conviction materializes. The universe doesn't distinguish between desire and fear. It amplifies whatever energy you project. Most people unknowingly sabotage themselves with split energy, wanting success but focusing on failure, desiring love but expecting disappointment, wanting power but believing themselves weak. Their fragmented energy sends mixed signals to a field that only responds to certainty. Energy mastery isn't just positive thinking or wishing. Manifestation isn't magic. It's physics, the natural consequence of aligned thought, emotion, and action. Those who understand energy create mental blueprints so vivid they imprint onto reality, charge them with emotion, giving weight and momentum. Then act not from desperation, but knowing what they've envisioned is already theirs. They don't chase because energy attracts what matches its frequency. They don't doubt because doubt fractures energy, weakening manifestation. They hold focus with unshakable will, knowing reality must follow. This is why presence is the most powerful energetic state. The past is gone, future unformed, but the present moment is where energy peaks. Those who hold awareness in the now, focus without distraction, and command rather than surrender to impulse, are the ones who bend reality. They don't wish, they will. They don't wait, they create. And the world responds not because they're special, but because they understand what most never will. Energy is a force serving those who command it. Chapter 8. Protecting your energy. Energy is power, but power is only as strong as its holder. Most people never reach their energetic potential, not from lack of ability, but because they leak energy without realizing it. They wake exhausted, feel inexplicably drained, and struggle with focus, carrying a weight they can't identify. This isn't normal. It's energetic mismanagement. Daily, unseen forces pull at your energy through external influences and internal habits that weaken your flow. If you don't control your energy, something else will. One of the greatest traps is unconscious energy depletion. Every interaction, thought, and emotional reaction exchanges energy. Some experiences recharge while others deplete. Most never question why, assuming exhaustion is purely physical, mental fog merely lack of sleep, anxiety an inevitable part of life. They never realize every chaotic conversation, fear-inducing media, and cycle of self-doubt siphons their energy, feeding a system thriving on weakness. The world is designed to keep you distracted, pulling focus outward, so you never realize how much energy is being taken. Once you see it, you can't ignore it. People who drain your energy do so because they have none of their own. They move through life feeding on others' vitality, knowingly or unknowingly, having never learned to cultivate their own. They appear as friends, co-workers, even family, disguised as those needing your time, help, attention. But true connection strengthens both sides. If interactions consistently leave you depleted, it's extraction, not connection. The moment you value your energy, guarding it as your power source, certain people, habits, and environments become intolerable. Not a loss, but awakening. External forces are only half the battle. The most common energy drain comes from within. Most people sabotage their own energy through overthinking, dwelling on past events, and fearing the future. The unchecked mind is energy's greatest thief, replaying scenarios that no longer exist, creating stress over events that haven't happened, keeping you in constant depletion. This is why the strongest individuals aren't those who react to everything, but those who remain centered amidst external fluctuations. Presence is power. The more you hold awareness in the now, the less your energy scatters through illusion. Ancient masters cultivated stillness. Warriors trained in silence before battle. Powerful individuals move with unshakable calm. Not detachment, but control. Understanding energy must be preserved and wielded with intention. This distinguishes those at mercy of circumstance from those shaping their destiny. Once you understand forces draining energy, once you protect, strengthen, and direct it, only one step remains. Step into your full power and never look back. Chapter 9. Embracing True Power. Energy shapes everything: your health, emotions, success, and how the world responds to you. But knowledge alone isn't enough. Understanding that energy exists, flows, and can be controlled are only first steps. True mastery comes from application. Most never reach this level, not from lack of ability, but lack of choice. They continue living unconsciously, allowing external forces to dictate their energy, waiting for change instead of creating it. Those who take control of their energy control everything. They move with inner power that cannot be ignored, a presence influencing reality itself. They turn thoughts into results, bend the world to match their vision, operating with force others sense but cannot explain. Mastering energy isn't about temporary techniques or fleeting insights, but transformation, shifting from passive participant to architect of your life. This separates those bound by limitations from those breaking free. The strongest individuals aren't those who never face resistance, but those who remain centered regardless, whose energy is so stable, no external force can shake them. This is true power, not aggression or dominance, but absolute inner stability. At this level, you no longer seek validation or let circumstances dictate your state. You no longer waste energy on things that don't serve you. You become the source. The world won't hand you this knowledge. It will distract and mislead you, convincing you energy is merely a vague concept rather than existence's fundamental force. But the truth has always been there, hidden in ancient teachings, encoded in esoteric traditions, waiting for those ready to claim it. Most will dismiss it, some will fear it, but a few will recognize it as the key to unlocking everything. If you're reading this, feeling the weight of these words, you already know which path is meant for you. But knowledge alone isn't enough to truly master energy. You need to go deeper. The path of energy mastery isn't for everyone, but for those who choose it, nothing will ever be the same again.